practical karate. Getting pretty good at that script. So I am going to try to do a quick 20-minute or so workout. And if you have any questions, I would love to answer them. For as long as this tablet has battery, we're at 20 minutes, or 20%. Alright, so I'm going to do some footwork drills. I've been, floating around the idea of competing again, specifically in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The first thing that goes through my mind when I think about that is I need to get my footwork back in terms of just my speed. You see a lot of people start doing, ladder drills and stuff like that, and those are great. And I think those are great if you have a good time frame leading up to the tournament, at least 3 months or so before you start feeling and seeing results. And I'm just gonna do like sparring type drills, point sparring type drills, and that's gonna help my footwork as well. So, 2-legged hops, probably do some jump rope later, one side to the other, forward and back. You're just trying to hit your ankles at as many different angles as possible. And I always think about the regular hops forward and back as well, switching angles. Stuff like this, I don't do it very often if I'm not actively competing, and it's because if you think about the sparring that we do, it's very much about like long guard and shelling up and having a good root and swinging your posture so that you change momentum and stuff like that. Having good shelling up. Very rarely am I doing the type of sparring that I did when I was in high school, where it's more of a tag type sparring, but there's definitely merit to that in terms of just foot speed and footwork and agility. So I'm just gonna do some of these drills. A lot of things I started incorporating too is just like judo drills as well. So this is a very common one. You also have the back step. And that type of drill just helps you take the back step for the pivot and throw. So you do it on one side, you can do it on the other side as well. But I'm really just trying to stay moving, maintain my breath, not overexert myself. Nice. You can start doing back step lunges as well. Start working quads, hamstring, glutes as you continue to warm up and loosen up a little more. You have this Cossack squat too that I love. You can add some hops to that as well. On this side. And you also have like the duck walk stuff too, right? Out here, or zigzag. And the biggest thing, especially when you're competing in something that has such level changes and dynamicism, right, in your movement, it's not like you're just sparring up here, but with grappling, you have to be able to sprawl. You have to be able to drop down to a knee and come right back up. So getting to the point where that motion has zero effort for you, super important. Even being able to drop down to your knee and push forward and go into an object, into your opponent, or push down, go down one knee, come back to the side, back to an angle, super important as well. Because those are things that your legs, as you get more tired, you're gonna just get up more slowly, right? They're gonna feel heavy. So you can never get enough cardio to prepare for a match or a fight. Nice. If you guys have any questions, I see there's 7 people watching right now. If you guys have any questions for me, let me know. I'm just trying to get more consistent with going live and going through my workouts as well. Oh, one thing I was kind of thinking through in my head, like to really enact change in today's society or today's like mental capacity online, just to even get somebody to stop scrolling and look at what you're doing, you kind of have to do something different. And you have to be fresh, right? That's kind of the thing. And I was like, what can karate guys do to kind of present the same information, but in a more modern look, or just in a different lens or viewpoint that can get in front of more people. 10 TDM. Nice to see you're still working. I trained with you probably 5 or 6 years ago. This is Jan, SA from Albuquerque. Are you, shoot. I kind of remember that. We probably have photos of you on our Instagram. I want to say your name was Nick, but I might be completely wrong. But thanks for checking out the live stream. Again, I'm really just trying to stream more when I'm working out and have a dialogue with whoever's on here watching. Yeah, we went to Cheesecake Factory. I remember that. We were making jokes about it's like a prom date type of place to eat. I remember that for sure. I hope everything's been good with you, man. I think after the dojo closed, we kind of lost touch with a lot of people. Doing a more cardio intensive workout tonight. Not as much strength training. Or maybe I'll do some push presses or something. I'm just trying to work on my footwork. I've been seeing a lot on Instagram are kettlebell stuff that are more core intensive. It might just be my feed is finally getting shown a lot of that. But that was a cool workout I saw. Let me see. Leg up. You're you're still training 10 TDM. I set up indoor gym. I need to get myself kettlebells out and get back into some of my karate stuff. Yeah, it's cool. The only thing I don't like about this room, and it's just being nitpicky, well, one, it's not insulated. This used to be an open patio, and then I guess the previous owner just enclosed it. So it feels the same temperature as it is outside, which in a month or so in Texas, it's gonna feel like 110 and humid. And the other thing is there's tile here, so I don't really feel confident dropping these rubber plates, even though there's a mat and everything. Put some of the fighting stuff to the side to do climbing. I kept getting injured in BJJ, kickboxing mostly when it's tough. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough to squeeze everything in. Like if you're actively training in jiu-jitsu, you have to have a strength program going. It's more strength training for injury prevention, but then it's like you need to break your body down for that and recover. But then usually, like myself, my recovery days are getting beat up in a combative situation in jiu-jitsu. So you're always just feeling overtrained or under-recovered. But yeah, people, it's hard. It's definitely hard to want to get work in and also not feel like a scrub that you have to tap to everything because you're being extra careful. Some people pay good money for the hot yoga experience. Yeah, for sure. I used to have a sauna in here. That was pretty brutal. 100%. I think I should consider some kind of periodization schedule to avoid getting totally run down. Yeah, there's so much. Like I have a kid now. I have a 2-year-old. So I always tell people, well, you find out quick that you can't get sleep anymore. So you can really only control what you can control. So I was like, if I'm not getting sleep, I'm gonna eat super clean. I'm not gonna eat anything dirty. I'm gonna have good fuel for my body. I'm gonna stay hydrated as much as I can. So, and also stay flexible. But I notice, yeah, you cannot recover without good sleep, even if you eat well and everything like that. So it's kind of those things you kind of, there's trade-offs there. I'm definitely not optimizing what I can be as a human being, but the fact that I'm able to stay consistent and still train 3 or 4 times a week is a blessing. So I'll just keep that going as long as I can. Being able to teach is nice. I'm not having that pressure to feel like I need to win all the time. And that comes as you get more experience and get older as well. having a kid's crazy. Definitely, I don't know, every situation is different too, so I can't speak for other families, but I've seen people who, you know, they disappear for a few years when they have a kid because you're just trying to survive. And I get that as well. And then there's other people who I follow a lot on Instagram that are like thriving as new parents, creating brands and creating businesses and trying to leave that legacy to say like the kid is actually making me work harder and making me work more efficient, making me want to leave a legacy. And it's one of those things where you're fighting that battle every single day. Do I just go home and just veg out on the TV, or do I go home and try to keep working, try to be a good influence while still balancing, you know, your pulling your weight as the other half of the parent. So yeah, it's tough. Cool, I appreciate it. Take care. Just dropped in for the algorithm, dropped the like, but good catching up. Yeah, man. I know that I don't really announce these live streams. I kind of just go on. So the fact that you're able to kind of see that and jump on, appreciate it. It's one of those like drop everything and go type things. But hopefully these become a little more frequent, where it's kind of a routine. That's one of the things too with having a kid. You cannot plan. You cannot, because when you plan and it doesn't execute to your plan, you just get frustrated. And I'm a very type A person. I live by spreadsheets, and it's like I've learned so much about letting things go in the moment. So I definitely can't commit to you know, every Friday night live stream from blah blah blah. But as long as I can commit to being a little more frequent. I mean, this is a lesson for martial arts too, right? You might be wanting to chase like the perfect kata, but your life is so busy, it might just be better to just say, let me put on a gi twice a week and move up from there. You want to get those small wins in life. It's like Jordan Peterson says, right? You want to start your day with a win, just make your bed first. There's definitely merit to that. Yeah, nice catching up. Hope everything else is well. Climbing, I feel like I would do terrible in climbing just because my legs are just disproportionately larger than my upper half. So it just feels like there's so much extra weight I gotta carry. But that's also probably an excuse, who knows. Posture and security about perfection. Yeah. I think everyone in black. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty private about my personal life, but yeah, I have a 2-year-old son with my wife. We have another on the way in October. So, you guys think about, I wish I could spend more time on this channel, but I work a 9 to 5, I go home, hang out with the family, put the kid to sleep, edit videos here and there. So that's kind of the pace of this channel. And to see it grow as it has is pretty awesome. Every day I dream about what if I was able to commit a full-time workflow to this dream, but that might be just something I'll keep thinking about till I have time for it. Top heavy definitely helps in climbing. Also, I always think climbing would be great for grappling judo. Yeah, the grip stuff for climbing. I mean, I've been to bouldering places just like drop-in fees, and you definitely feel it even just at the digit level, right? Like the finger strength you need. Yeah, it's pretty insane. It's pretty cool. Ronan Black, congratulations. I'm the same with my training. Having 205 months low. It's live. Your content is very good. I appreciate the compliment. It's yeah. It's interesting to see what priorities kind of reprioritize themselves, reorder themselves once you have other things that are more important than you thought was important, right? So that could be if you're healthy and then you became sick, right? People say that all the time. The most important thing when you're sick is to get healthy. And you know, all the deadlines, all the work stuff kind of goes out the window. Same with kids for a lot of people. All right, let me do some kicks and I'm gonna call it, because it is getting kind of late. Let's go for, I used to do this a lot at the old dojo. You just call out a dumb number and then midway through the actual exercise, you just regret it. But then you just have to grit your teeth through it because you don't want to give up. And it definitely is helpful when there's more people watching because now you're held accountable. I remember one time before we opened the dojo, I was teaching out of my house and we were doing sumo walks, like literally horse stance, sumo walks with a group of like 10 of us. And I called a dumb number out. I was like 20 minutes, put the clock on. But the way, you know, and I'm leading the pack, right? So it's 10 minutes in, I'm like, do I just call it? But then I'm gonna call it for everyone else. But no, you grit your teeth and go through it, and then everyone just dies at the end. But you do it, right? Yeah. Style of karate. So I was ranked in Matsubayashi Shorin, and then my sensei when I moved to Texas was Kobayashi. So technically, all my katas look like everything in the Shorin-ryu organization. That's probably the most recent style I've been ranked up in, and yeah. And before that, the Matsubayashi looked a little more like Ishinryu mixed with some Kaji Kempo type thing. But yeah, I would say my katas are primarily Shorinkan. Let's go for 100 kicks. That was a cop out. That was a weak-minded number. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kanzen ryu, a combination of 4 styles. That sounds really cool. Kanzen, what does that mean? Oh, I'm sore. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. 30. 2, 3, 4, 5, 40. Translation means the perfect way of perfection. That is cool. I like that. For sure. Always trying to improve, not saying we're the perfect style. It's like, I guess it's Kaizen, right? Continuous improvement. So you're like, pursuit of perfection would be the English way of saying it. That's cool. Nine, 80, 20 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 100. Oh, that's tiring. We were kind of sorry that we always look at what we're doing wrong, try to improve it, so it can sound negative in a way. No, that makes sense. And it's a good pursuit, right? Because it's a pursuit of perfection is never ending, so it lets your school or your style or your way of thinking just propagate endlessly. Yeah, it'd be cool to open a dojo again one day, even just a small space, like evening classes or early morning classes or something. How long have I been training karate, specifically karate? I started martial arts when I was 5, but it was mostly Kung Fu. Kung Fu and then Kyokushin, Ishin, and Kachi Kempo was like 14, 15. And then Shorin Ryu was 16, or like 15 and a half, so. I'm 36 now, so it's, I don't know, what is that, 20 something years in karate, and then 30 something years in martial arts. So it's been a while. But yeah, as you know, you own a dojo, you kind of just, there are definitely those outliers. I'm not special. I know it's like, there are people that are in it, and you kind of just, it's a revolving door for everyone else, right? So you kind of just see people come and go. I really learned to enjoy the person I'm training with in the moment. I know when I was younger, I thought I would always be training with this person, right? You think you'll have lifelong training partners, but just being able to fully enjoy the moment with that person and be present there has been a good lesson for me over the last 5, 6, 7 years. 30 years of training since you were 11, that's awesome. Yeah, so you know what I mean. Where's your dojo located, Ronan? Australia. That is a long ways away from Texas. That's one thing that's really interesting too with the internet, right? I'm gonna meet people and they're gonna be fans of people online that you might resonate 100% with, but you might never meet them. But it's like, what's cool is without the internet, you probably would have never known they'd exist. I know there's like good karate in Australia and Europe, not so much in America. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it. Thanks again for jumping on. Looks like we had 15 people here. Got some discussion going on. Again, I'm gonna keep trying to do this more often. There's like a YouTube, what would you call it? Account manager, I guess. It's literally just a person that that just spams a YouTube creator email list, I'm assuming. Because I know the messages aren't personal, but this individual was like, hey, you need to go live 2 more times to open up these YouTube perks. And I was like, and I responded to them, like, is this real? Are you real? And they actually responded back, like, yeah, 2 more times. So I don't even know if that was an automated response, but here's number 2 for the week. See if I can keep this going. All right, take care, guys. Have a good night, Ronan Black, or good morning. Appreciate the support. Peace.